Hey dear, Zimzi here, and I'm really excited to share with you probably what is my favorite sci-fi of the year, and it just checks off so many boxes for me. It's got cosmic horror, it's got body horror. Like, I don't say this lightly, it has some of the most disgusting, fantastically disgusting body horror I've ever read in a novel, and that's a lot coming from me. And I am talking about Skyward Inn, and I will do both a non-spoiler and spoiler review because there's just a lot I have to process about it. And just as a disclaimer, this was provided to me courtesy of the publisher. However, as always, I like to share books that I want to read, and I will tell you exactly how I feel about them. No cap. So going into this book, I did not know what to expect because it was psychedelic, and I was like, oh, it's about an inn. I don't know what's going on with a super trippy cover, and it was compared to Jeff VanderMeer's Annihilation, but often blurbs, like, they exaggerate, they don't compare things well, and I just dismissed it. But no, the comparison to Jeff VanderMeer's works was very, very accurate, which I'm excited about. But going into it, it felt like a space western. So it's about a region in the UK called the Western Protectorate, and they shun technology. They're a very agricultural-based society. There's goats. There's like a town council, and it feels really quaint and folksy, and it's about two innkeepers who are known for their specialty brew. Only this brew has slight hallucinogenic properties, and the innkeeper, she's a little bit of an alcoholic, and she drinks too much of it, and weird things start to happen. She thinks, like, she starts hallucinating and she doesn't know what's real or not, and we as the readers don't know if what she's seeing is real or not, and the book slowly gets weirder and weirder, and it's this like Lovecraftian descent into madness. And the final pages, I was just pogging like, yes, this is everything I've been wanting in a sci-fi. And I will say it's definitely weird. It is cosmic horror, very like Lovecraftian. So like if you love Uzumaki by Junji Ito, or if you love Colorado Space, there. I don't want to get into spoiler territory. There are some other comparisons that I won't dive into until the next part. But if you like weird things and conceptually driven stories, like it was also compared to like Ursula Le Guin's novels because it's very philosophical in nature. So if you like high concept sci-fi, this is the book for you, and I cannot recommend it enough if you like weird stuff like I do. Okay, and now I will move into spoiler territory. So pause the video if you do not want to be spoiled, if you don't mind being spoiled, or if you've read it and now want to hear my thoughts about the plot twist. Let's begin. So the big plot reveal is that the drink, the brew, it was like the movie Soylent Green, I think it's called, where Soylent Green is people.
You gotta tell them Soylent Green is people!
So what's in the drink is liquefied aliens that people have been drinking all this time. And oh, that plot twist really got me. I should have seen it coming, but I was pleasantly surprised and grossed out, and that was fantastic. And also, I love the end. Like, basically, the aliens, I asked on Twitter the word for it. It's like a sort of collective hive mind where they share this collective consciousness, and they're all starting to slowly meld and fuse together. And if you drink the drink, you start fusing if you agree to it, if you want to become a part of the collective. And I think it poses an interesting philosophical question that was also kind of broached by the end of Evangelion, whether you want to be lonely and independent or lose your independence and share this collective thought process. And this book doesn't exactly give you a definitive answer for what is right. It is up to the individual, and I really enjoyed this book. It boggled my mind. Like, the ending sequences and descriptions, like, oh, they were gnarly, with all like the goats and dogs and people all just becoming this massive collective gross blob. And I like pogged. Like, I might have already said this, but my mouth is just open and I was squealing like, yes, this is what I love in cosmic horror. This is why I love like Junji Ito. The other Junji Ito that I didn't mention earlier was called Army of One, where people are sewn together. And yeah, that's the other Junji Ito I was thinking of. So yes, this is like what I want in a classic cosmic horror book. And if that's your dealio, I recommend this one. And one thing, like, I suppose I should give critique. It's not necessarily a critique. It's what it is. This is not necessarily a character-driven book. It's a conceptually driven book where the characters exist to show the philosophical themes. I had a brain fart there. But yeah, it's conceptually driven. And if you're into weirdness, then you should dive into this book. Anyways, enough gushing. That's all I have to say about this book. If you have any recommendations for like weird sci-fi or cosmic horror books, let me know down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya.